Hello everyone, I usually don't do movie reviews, but I watched Padmavat yesterday and I was just too inspired to not share my thoughts with you all, so I decided to go ahead and make a video. So the only other time that I felt this way in a theater was when I watched Avatar. It's a James Cameron movie, and it was unreal. I felt like I was in that world, which is Pandora, and I just didn't want to come out of it. And so it kind of just lingers with you as you left at the end of the movie. So it's a similar feeling that I got when I watched Padmavat yesterday. But to backtrack, when the trailers actually came out, I wasn't too impressed. Bajra Mastani had just come out, and it's almost the same cast. The sets and the visuals are very similar, so I was like, it's too soon. It's too soon for another period drama by Sanjay Leela Bhansali with almost the same folks in it. So I wasn't looking forward to it when the trailers came out. I was looking at the shows and the options, so they did have a 3D option, right? So I was like, let me go watch it in 3D. Maybe it'll be a different experience. And let me tell you, by far, watching a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie in 3D is the epitome of a movie, of a Bollywood movie experience. The layering of the scenes, the visual, like you feel like you're in it, like you're watching this movie happen right in front of you, right? All within you, and you can kind of see these things that are far spatially, and that's kind of what a 3D movie does, right? And for the grand scale that they shoot this movie in, with the amount of people, the sets, the intricate details that go into the little flames and everything that makes up that scene, it's a visual treat. I definitely like the story. I like the way it ended, and I was completely just involved and engaged in this experience. And maybe because it was in 3D, so everything's like around you and you're not just looking here and there with people around you. But regardless, like the storyline just kept moving. Ranveer has a great performance, one of the best performances of his so far. Definitely hands down, he has playing this lunatic character with no care for anyone, no rules, nothing. Just makes his own rules and he wants to conquer the whole world. That type of character, and so he does a fantastic job. Shahid and Deepika as well, they do a great job. I mean, so initially I was like, Shahid is not doing it for me, but he kept it consistent throughout, right? That's what made it. It wasn't like he was more romantic and then became more royal. He kept it consistent, like his persona or character that he's playing, he kept it consistent, and that's what I can give him. That he did a good job in that, right? He's this royal character, this person with pride and ego, and he's a ruler. He's always a certain way, and he keeps that consistent. Even when he's romantic, even when he's leading, he keeps that persona with him. So I can definitely give him credit for that. And Deepika, by far, oh my God, absolutely gorgeous. She's already a pretty beautiful woman, and now that she's adorned in this great outfits and jewelry, she's looking like an absolute queen. Like, it's unreal how beautiful she is. And of course, like, she is visual treat on visual treats is what that is. So it was really a great experience. Even some of the supporting cast, Jim Shrub, he has done a phenomenal supporting cast role. You kind of don't know what he is. Is he bi? Is he gay? What is he? Like, he wants a little bit of Ranveer, he wants a little bit of Ranveer's action in between, he wants everything. So that was it was an interesting character. So overall, I was pleasantly surprised. I love the way the movie ended as well, giving women the power to make the decision that their bodies and their lives are in their hands, and they chose to end it the way they chose. They had control over that, right? No one conquered them, and in those times when they get conquered, all the things that happen after, they didn't want that. They're like, we are going to end this in our own way, how we define it. And that's very powerful, right? That's kind of the story on how Queen Padmavat, or Padmavat, her story on how the Rajput story lives today is through what she did, and how she determined this story is going to end, and not how some invaders are going to come and destroy us, right? As far as songs go, I'm a big lover of songs. Sanjay Leela Bhansali has a way with finding these songs and choosing the right tracks for those right moments, like Goomer, like a folklore type song. And then you have Ek Dil Ek Jaan, दोनों तुझ पे आए, दोनों तुझ पे. It's amazing. I mean, the composition and the lyrics, and what really helps the moving experience watching a Bollywood movie is those songs that enhance that experience, right? So, for me, knowing those songs beforehand help a lot. Like you feel connected because a lot of times those popular songs or the main tracks are playing in the background, so you kind of have a connection already underlying, and then you're watching the story, which helps me a lot. I mean, I don't know if others are like that. Of course, there's similarities. Goomer is very similar to Diwani Mastani. Khalibali is very similar to Malhari. So there are similarities, but regardless, these are songs that are gonna stick with you, and the songs are what makes it for me, right? For example, Hindi Medium was one of my favorite movies in 2017. The story and how that develops towards the end song of Tenu Suit Karda. I mean, it's unreal. Like the story is unfolding, and that song at the end to encapsulate all this was icing on the cake. And those are like the movies and the experience of watching a Bollywood movie that you don't get elsewhere. Like even if you think of song composer, right? When people approach them, when the producers or directors approach a songwriter or composer, they give them a briefing of, so this is a scene we want to, this is kind of what we're thinking of doing. So they give them a brief, and the composers then think of the brief, write down lines, compose a tune, and there's a lot of process that goes around behind it, right? That we don't see, that went into it. And when all that comes together, right? There's a songwriting, there's acting, there's sets, there's direction, there's people, everything coming together as a visual treat, like all your six senses engaged, is a Sanjay Leela Bhansali experience. And I would definitely recommend you watch it in 3D. It's one of those that you have to go watch. I haven't been to movies in a long time because a lot of times I always wait till it comes to Netflix or online and then I watch it there, because a lot of these stories, I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, you can just enjoy it watching it yourself, right? You can have a personal experience with that story. That's kind of the trend that we're seeing. A lot of the movies that come out, not everything is cinema worthy. It's kind of what we're at. You can just watch it at home, and you have an individual experience. A lot of the movies we're transitioning to an individual experience, not a community or a family thing, because it's available. Like you have YouTube, you have miniseries, you have Netflix, Amazon, this, that. It's all for individual viewing. So that's kind of a shift. But when a movie like Padmavat or Bahubali comes out, man, that's a grand movie, and you want to watch it and experience what all went into making this movie. If you haven't watched it, go to theaters, watch it in 3D, and let me know your comments. I'd like to know what y'all thought.